Hello and welcome back to the Sharks World, ladies and gentlemen. Today's video is on a topic that I'm going to turn into a bit of a series that involves myself and other shark content creators. Oh yeah, if you make any shark content, you now have to do this as well since you watched this part. Tag, you're it. Pass it on. There's over 500 species of sharks out there, so we've got a lot of work to do. When you ask most people to name a shark species, they'll probably name the usual suspects. The great hammerhead, the whale shark, the bull shark, the tiger shark, and of course, the great white. And while I absolutely love all of those species, there's so many more out there that get little to no attention. So I figured I'd help with giving some of those species the spotlight they deserve with this channel's next top 5 video. So let's not waste any time and dive right in. Grab you a cold drink, pull up a chair to the table, and let's take a look at the top 5 shark species you've never heard of. So, let's take a look at the first shark on this list, and it's one I've brought up once before in a previous video. Number 1 is the graceful shark, or as some refer to it as the Queensland shark. They're a species of requiem shark that grow to about 6 feet long. Their range is from the Gulf of Aden all the way to northern Australia. And before anyone asks, no, they're not a threat to humans. No attacks recorded for them or any sharks on this list. A graceful shark's diet mainly consists of bony fish, cephalopods, and crustaceans, with their favorite food apparently being jacks. One thing of note about this species is that they mate a lot. Females carry litters of up to 9 pups for a 9 to 10 month period. They usually give birth off of northern Australia in the months of January and February. What's interesting is that their mating period begins shortly after this. A lot of the bigger sharks normally have slower gestation periods, giving birth to fewer young and not mating as often. I suppose that's one way to keep a species' numbers healthy. Number 2, the night shark. Yet another species of requiem shark found in the temperate and tropical waters of the Atlantic Ocean. They grow up to about 6.5 feet long and have some unique characteristics that set them apart from other sharks. One is their green eyes, and I mean really green. They're almost the same color as my eyes. Their pupils are shaped irregularly, and they have a third protective eyelid. Night sharks also, sit down for this one folks, I'm about to blow your mind, they're most active at night. Joking aside, night sharks are deep water pack hunters whose usual prey consist of small, bony fish and squid. As far as reproduction goes, females mate in the summertime and have a gestation period of about a year. They give birth to litters of 12 to 18 pups, and apparently, these are some of the fastest growing pups when it comes to sharks. Newborns add on about 38% of their total body length within their first year, which is kinda ridiculous when you think about it. That's like your newborn baby growing to almost 3 feet tall in their first year. Number 3, the nervous shark. Wait, hold on. The nervous shark? Really? That's the best name we could come up with? We've got cool names like the mako or the thresher. But here, we just have the nervous shark. We couldn't at least spice it up with the Latin name for the word, like timidus or trepidus shark. Its scientific name is based off the Latin word for caution. Okay, look, if any of you know someone who names sharks or is about to name a shark, Tell them to contact me first next time. Okay, where were we? Yes. Number 3, the nervous shark. There are requiem shark that live off of northern Australia, so probably bumping into our buddies, the graceful sharks. A nervous shark and a graceful shark walk into a bar. Sounds like a start of a bad joke. Anyway, nervous sharks usually don't get any bigger than about 4.5 feet in length. They have a short, blunt nose and moderately large eyes, at least for sharks. Their diet is mainly bony fish, while crustaceans, mollusks, and sometimes snakes will find themselves on their menu. As far as breeding goes, nervous sharks mate anytime between January and March. They also have a gestation period of around 8 to 9 months. Though, what I find interesting is that if they mate around the October-November time frame, their gestation period will actually take a little longer, at 11 months. The females carry a litter from 1 to 6 pups, and these pups also grow fairly quickly as far as sharks go. Number 4, the milk shark. Again, names. We can do better than this. Why is this shark named the milk shark? Apparently it was named from a commonly held Indian belief that eating its meat promotes lactation. No, it doesn't. Just like eating shark meat doesn't make you immune to cancer. Although extremely rare, sharks do get cancer. Milk sharks can be found in coastal tropical waters, usually in the eastern Atlantic and the Indo-Pacific region. They grow up to about 3.5 feet long and are usually identified by the long furrows on the corners of their mouths. They have been recorded at depths as deep as 660 feet and are among the most abundant sharks within their range. Now, when it comes to mating, milk sharks have a bit of an interesting case, depending on where you look. In Western and Southern Africa, mating takes place in the spring and early summertime, but in India, mating takes place in the winter. But in Australia, mating takes place year-round. Why is this the case? We don't know for sure, but it's speculated that milk sharks have a much more complex reproductive system compared to other sharks. Female litters usually range from 1 to 8, with a gestation period of about a year. The pups grow fairly quick in the first year, but this slows down in their second and third year. And finally, number 5, the crocodile shark. And guess what? It's not a requiem shark like the previous 4. It's the smallest member of the mackerel sharks. Only growing to about 3 feet long, they are found worldwide, usually in tropical waters, being recorded at depths as low as 2,000 feet below the surface. Now, some of you might be asking, why is this shark called the crocodile shark? It comes from the Japanese word mizuwani, which, if I'm not mistaken, literally means water crocodile. And apparently it has a habit of snapping ferociously when taken out of the water. Despite their size, crocodile sharks are said to be fast-swimming predators with very strong bodies. They usually hunt small to medium-sized bony fish and shrimp. As far as mating goes, very little is known. For reproduction, females carry litters of around 4 pups. We don't know how long their gestation period is, but it's speculated to be long. For my shark scientists out there looking for a shark to study, here's a golden opportunity. Any of the sharks on this list would do, honestly. These 5 species are just a few examples of the many different sharks out there that are virtually unknown. Spread this video around to other shark content creators you know, whether they make videos, drawings, or podcasts. I will continue to post more unknown shark videos as well, until we eventually cover all 500 plus species. But this is going to be where we end today's video. Thank you for once again giving me some of your time. Remember to go to the gym and never skip leg day, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then.